Hey, I'm your host, Jen Wheeler, and this is the Healthy Her podcast. I'm a teacher, author, and foodie who went from being addicted to sugar, skipping meals, and struggling to get in control of my eating, to someone who is 10 kilos down, eats all the yummy foods without restriction, and is finally in control of my hunger. I'm obsessed with helping other health-conscious women ditch the confusion and overwhelm so they can cultivate healthy eating habits and truly thrive. The Healthy Her podcast was created to give you real talk about healthy eating, as well as easy, actionable tips that fit seamlessly into your busy lifestyle. I'm not just your host. Think of me as your healthy eating hype gal, your personal cheerleader as we chat all things healthy eating, weight loss, and mindset mastery, so you can become the healthiest, happiest version of you. So if you're ready to ditch the guilt, reclaim your confidence, and unlock the very best version of you, then you're in the right place. So let's get started. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Healthy Her podcast. I'm feeling very in the zone today. I have got my hair up in a bun, and I don't know what it is, a bun and like a collared shirt, and it makes you just feel like you can tackle anything. So I'm super excited and super pumped to share today's episode with you. Like I said, collared shirt, bun, feel like a girl boss today, and I'm ready to share all of my tips with you today on how you are going to start exercising again and stick to a routine. Now, something that I see all of the time when I'm on social media and on like chat groups and things like that is common patterns amongst women. And I always want to jump in and delve into these topics on the podcast episodes so that you can have as much support and as much like helpful and practical tips that you can to enable you to make healthy eating and exercise and weight loss easy and doable with your busy life. Like that is always my goal. This podcast is completely free. Like it's something I love to do. It is my passion project, and I always want to make healthy eating and exercise easier for you. And one of the problems that I see all of the time is how to start exercising again and stick to a routine. Now, this episode is for you. If it doesn't mean like it might be a week that you've had off, it might be 2 weeks, it might be 2 months, it might be 2 years, it might be 5 years since you've done any kind of exercise and you really want to get back into it, you want to get a routine and you want it to start feeling easy. And that's what today's podcast episode is all about. Because for me personally, like I've always kind of done, and you can probably relate to this as a busy woman as well, but like over the span of my life, I've always kind of done exercise in spurts. Like I've signed up for like an aerobics class, or I've signed up for like some challenge, or I've like done at home workouts for a bit. Like I've always just kind of done it in spurts. It's never been something that I've done consistently for a long period of time. Whereas, you know, flash forward to now, I regularly exercise in some way consistently. Like obviously I have days where I don't do anything, but my consistency is there. I'm not having these massive on-off spurts of exercise. It's something that I do consistently. And I really want to share that with you today, all of the top things that I've learned and things that really help me to get back into exercise, especially after a break. And like I said, it doesn't matter how long your break has been. Could be a couple of days, could be a week, could be 2 years, whatever it is. The tips in today's podcast episode are really going to help you, because the truth is, right, like what we want, and I know you'd be the same if you're asking yourself this when it comes to exercise. And I want to be clear, it doesn't matter about the exercise, okay? It could be weight training you want to get back into. It could be your walks. It could be your Pilates class. It could be the gym classes that you used to love doing at the gym or like at the local community center, like whatever type of exercise. It might be bike riding, it might be running, like whatever your thing is, it will apply. So ask yourself this, like, what do you want? And I was in the same situation too, like, what do you want? And if you're anything like me, my answer is, I want to just be able to go. I want to just be able to get up, go to my exercise thing, like I said, doesn't matter what it is, whatever the thing is, and I just want it to happen, and I just want it to feel easy, not like it's something that is just consistently hard for me to do. And I know that you can relate to that. It feels hard. You have the good intention for yourself. You need to move. You know you need to do some exercise. You need to get to the gym. You need to go for a run. It just feels hard. And that's what we want as women. We want it to feel easy. You want to be able to wake up and go, I'm going to go to the gym and just go, for it to be easy, for it to flow, for you to not have to overthink it, for you then not to have to beat yourself up because you found a million excuses not to go, or you kind of didn't feel like it. So you ended up not going. And unfortunately, it kind of has this knock on effect because the more that you do that, the more your body just gets used to it. So it sounds weird, but it kind of just becomes easier for you to say no. So the more you say no to something, the easier it is for you to say no. But the good side, and on the positive side of that, the more you say yes to something, the easier it becomes for you to say yes to the exercise. So it works the same way, whether you're saying no or whether you're saying yes. So I know which one I would want. Like I would want it to feel easy and just not constantly like it's a battle to get yourself moving, to get the sneakers on to go for a walk, or to put the telly on, to I'm sure, if you're like the millions of women around the world, you've got some exercise equipment at home. You might have some dumbbells, you might have a stationary bike, you might have a treadmill. We all have them. And for most of us, they're collecting dust in our like garage or sheds and all those kind of things. So we all have like, that relationship with exercise that is not easy, that is not consistent. And like I said, you're like me probably, like you've done it in spurts, you've done it on and off. It's not something that you've done regularly and consistently over a period of time. But today is the day that we change that. So I want to talk to you first before I jump in and give you all of my tips on how you're actually going to get back into exercising and actually make it a routine that you can stick to. I want to talk to you about the ease. All right. And this is like, if you followed me for a while on social media, if you're not, what are you doing? Like at the Active Bod, you should be following me over there as well too. But I have my most profound moments at the gym. Like generally when I'm just walking on the treadmill, I'm listening to a podcast, like my brain is just switched off. And for me, this ease part and how you make exercise feel easy, I had it at the gym when I was walking on the treadmill. I was like, oh my gosh, I get it now. Like it always felt hard and now it feels easy. And I want to explain to you how you access the ease and where it actually comes from. So consistency, right? So when you go and you exercise regularly, now I want to be clear, this is not every day. This is not perfect. This is consistently in some way. And that can look like a range of different things. So it could be a run on Monday. It could be like a bike ride with your kids on a Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday might be nothing. Friday, you do a weights class. Like it doesn't mean every single day. I really want to stress that. It just means consistently. So it means not doing it for a while and then not doing it for the next 3 weeks. Like I'm talking consistency. So a few times every single week over a period of time. So consistency. So when you go and you do that exercise consistently, okay, that creates a flow. So think of a river, right? You've got a river and there's the water flowing. Like that's what the exercise feels like. So when you are consistently going, it flows. It feels like it's flowing, okay? That is where the ease comes from. So consistency creates flow, which creates ease. And that's why exercise feels so damn hard to do when you have had a break or when you have had any time off. Okay, it's because there's no flow. Okay, there's no flow and there's no ease. The more you do something, the easier it becomes to do the thing. So when you have a break, and like I said, it really doesn't matter the length of the period of the break, it makes it so much harder for you to pick up and go again. I always kind of have a little bit of a rule, I guess, with myself that I won't sort of go 2 or 3 days. Like that's kind of my max of not doing something, because I found after 2 or 3 days, that's where that hard starts to really set in. And after 2 or 3 days, you're like, the last couple of days, yep, do I really want to go back and do that? And it feels hard again. The overthinking happens. The excuses start rolling in. Whereas when you do it consistently, you get that flow, and that's where the ease comes from. So the ease that you want. So the ease that you want, where you can just get up, throw on your sneakers, you can head out the door and head to the gym or whatever your workout is. The ease, that's where it comes. That's the part. That's the missing piece. Okay. And like I said, we all want that. We all want this stuff to feel easy, to not feel hard, overwhelming, stressful, like a mind game every time you need to go and exercise. Okay. So really like imprint that on your brain, that the consistency will create the flow, which will give you the ease that you want. So the more you go, the more you exercise, the easier it will feel to do. Okay. And here's the thing, right? The more you do something, as I said, the easier it becomes for you to do the thing. But here's the problem. The problem is that you're not doing it long enough for it to feel automatic and easy. That's the problem. Okay. You know what you need to do. You're a smart woman. Like, you know exactly that you need to move your body. You know that you need to exercise. You know that you need to get some steps in, that you need to do that. But the problem is you're not doing it long enough for it to feel automatic and for it to feel easy. Okay, that's the magic spot. That's the sweet spot. That's where you just get up and you just go and do it, and you don't overthink it, and it doesn't feel hard. But you're not doing it for long enough. You'll be doing it for a spurt, and then you stop. And then you go and you think, oh, I better do something. And you go and do another spurt, and you do that for a bit, and then you stop. You're not doing it long enough for it to feel automatic and easy. So today, in today's podcast episode, we are going to change that. We are going to fix that, because as a girl that now exercises consistently, it's flowy, it feels easy, I just don't overthink it. Like, I literally give zero brain capacity and zero thinking happens when I need to go and exercise. I just don't do it. Even if I'm in the worst mood, I've slept like crap, like everyone is annoying me, like I still will just get up and go and do that exercise that I had planned. Okay, because I know that when I do that, I will feel better. Okay, and I know that when I do that, it will feel easy and it will start to flow. But it's something that you have to learn. Like, you have to do it long enough for you to have that ease, that flow, and that consistency that you really want. And to be honest, it's such a great place to be in, because you don't need motivation. You don't need discipline, because you just go because you know that it's going to feel easy the more that you do it. And that's the best place to be in. The less thinking, the less decisions, the less overwhelm we have to do as women, because we already have so much on our plates, the better it is for us. The more automatic something is, the easier it is for us to do. Okay, so let's jump into my top tips on how you're going to get back into exercising and stick to it. So I don't want you to just listen to this and go, yeah, I'm going to do these things, and then no. Remember, consistency creates flow, which creates that momentum, which creates that ease. Okay, that's the missing piece that you want for it to feel easy. Okay, number one, you need to ask yourself this. What are your biggest blockers? Okay, what are your biggest blockers who stop you from exercising? It's really important that you actually acknowledge them and identify them, because it's a lot easier just to sort of have like fluffy reasons like, oh, well, I'm just busy, or I don't have time, or ask yourself, like I'm seriously saying, have a second, sit down and actually take some time, or like a couple of minutes just to tune in and ask yourself, so what are your biggest blockers? And to be honest with you, for us women, they're all slightly different, same sort of theme, but all slightly different. Okay. So is it like you getting there? Like, is that the issue? Is it actually you physically getting there? Is that your problem? Is that you don't enjoy what you're doing? Like, you're thinking, oh, I should be doing Pilates, but I hate Pilates. Like, is that the problem that you're having? Is it work? Do you have a ridiculous work schedule? Is it your kids? Like, do you have young kids and it's just not an option for you to get out and exercise? All of us will have they're all, like I said, all the same theme, but all of us will have a slightly different issue or a blocker that's stopping us from getting our exercise in. And I just want to say too, I have done a podcast episode all about seasons, because that's something that's really important to remember, because I know that when you're in a certain season of your life, when it comes to your fitness and your exercise, you think, oh my gosh, I'm going to be here forever. Like, I've got kids, I'm never going to be able to exercise again. I'm never going to be able to get to the gym. And they're all just seasons, and they all do pass and change and move with you as you grow. So if you're stuck in a season and exercise is feeling really damn hard because of your life circumstances, your work, whatever it is, please know it's just a season. Okay. And whatever you need to do now when it comes to exercise is not going to be the thing that you can only do in like a year or two time. Like, it's going to change as you evolve and as your family grows and all of those kind of things. So just something to keep in mind. All right. So these blockers, you're probably not going to want to hear this, but here's the truth. There's actually a really simple solution to every problem that you're having. Okay. It might not be the perfect solution. It might not be your number one choice of a solution, but you have a solution to every single blocker that is stopping you from getting your exercise in. But it comes down to this mindset that we have as women that it's like, well, it has to be perfect. Like it has to be 5 days at the gym and it has to be 4 walks and it has to be this and it has to look like that. No, it doesn't. The exercise plan, weekly workouts is one that's going to work for you, that you can actually make happen, that feels easy, that's not stressful. That's what's the most important. So, like I said, all of those blockers that as you're listening to this, you're like, oh, it's time, it's kids, it's work, it's all this kind of stuff. There is a solution to all of those things. But here's the thing, you have to be willing to take on that solution. Okay. It can't be, well, I'm not doing that because that's not my perfect plan. There is no perfect plan. The perfect plan is the one that you can actually do and implement and that you can do consistently over a period of time. That's your perfect plan. Okay. There's no magical, wonderful, wondrous workout plan that's perfect and that's going to give you your dream body. There isn't. Okay. The one that you can do consistently over a period of time is going to be the best choice. So here are some suggestions. And again, you're probably going to go, oh, yeah, but I don't want to do that. Well, do you want to make this easy? Do you want it to be consistent? And like I said, might not be your perfect plan, but that's what you have to go with. And here's the truth, right? I went through this sort of mindset struggle as well too, because when I had a young baby, I really wanted to join a gym. Like I saw all these people on social media and their cute activewear and they were working out and they looked amazing. And I was just like, oh, I want to do that too. And I was like, well, that's not happening. Like I've got a baby at home. Like how on earth am I going to do that? And I literally started working out at home while my baby slept. I bought some cheap equipment from Kmart and I worked out at home when my baby slept. But prior to me actually starting doing that form of exercise, like I said, I went through the full mindset game. I was like, well, that's going to be crap. And at home workouts aren't the same. And I wanted to go to the gym and now I've got a baby and I can't do this. And I really had to battle that mind game within myself that, you know what? I'm actually doing something. Like there's loads of women out there that aren't doing anything. I'm trying, I'm showing up. This is not my perfect plan. The gym was my perfect plan, but for now, this is the season that I'm in and I'm okay. And I'm just going to go with this thing for now.
I've lost over 6 kilos on the program and I've ditched the restrictive food mindset and am able to navigate life's busyness as a very busy full-time working mum with 2 children on the program and being supported by an amazing community and Jen herself, who is there to coach you and get you out of those situations where you second guess yourself. So take that next step and trust in the program and reap the rewards.
And I really enjoyed at-home workouts and I did them for quite a while. Like I did, YouTube now has so many free workouts that you can do at home, okay? And that's how I just started. I just started doing things at home. Again, was that my perfect solution? No. Was it what I wanted to be doing? No. But I did it and it started me on that path of like exercising regularly, taking care of myself, making myself a priority, making sure that I wasn't the last person on my list every single day. And it made such a difference, not only to my body, but also to how I felt about myself. So please try and avoid getting stuck in this thing of like, well, these are all these blockers and there's no solution to them. There is a solution to them. It's just whether you're going to accept that it's not the perfect choice for you, but it's the one for right now. And that's okay. Like I said, it's not something that you're going to have to do forever. It's just for now. Another example, and this is kind of what happened to me. So as my kids got a little bit older, I was like, okay, I'm ready. Like I'm ready now. I really want to get back into the gym. And I'm like, how am I going to do this? Like, how am I going to actually fit this in? And so for me, that's when I switched to early morning workouts. Again, I went through the mindset game. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm a tired mom. Like, I'm not going to get up early and go and work out. Like, that's crazy. Like, I'm just going to be exhausted. Like, how am I then going to function during the day or at work? Like, how am I actually going to do this? And you go through that mind game where it's like, you find all of the million zillion excuses as to why it can't happen and why you can't do it. And then one day I moved through that mindset battle and I made the decision. I went, you know what? I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to actually start to switch to early morning workouts and I'm going to get up and I'm going to go and do them while my kids are asleep. Okay. And yes, it took some time. Yes, it was a change of habits and like learning to go to bed earlier and all of those kind of things. But honestly, for me, life-changing. As a busy mum, working woman, early morning workouts have been life-changing for me. And I know that they're not for everyone, but for me, that was a really great solution to get in my workouts, because I can tell you, hand on heart, after about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm out. Like, I'm literally tapped out. 2, 3 o'clock, I'm done for the day. Like, I've had enough. And there is no way at the end of a long day of being a stay-at-home mum or working or whatever it was at that time, because I was working part-time at that time, I was not going to do a workout at the end of the day. It was not happening. Like, I can tell you, not happening. Not even like a maybe I'll go. No, like, I'm tapped out. I'm just emotionally, physically drained at the end of the day, and I am done. So for me, early morning workouts were the solution. And like I said, for me now, they've been life-changing. It's People ask me all the time, like, but why do you get up and work out early in the morning? It's a time of the day that is only for me, and no one can interrupt it. And like, it's the time of the day where I can get my workout in and no one is asking for a piece of me. That's where the magic is. There's no one stopping me. And that's what I've noticed. Like, there's been obviously occasions where I couldn't do my morning workout. And so I had to go at the end of the day. It was a struggle. Like, it was really hard. Like I said, I'd only do it on a very odd occasion because I hated it. I didn't like doing it. And it was really hard to do because I was just like, are you trying to get out the door and the kids want an extra cuddle, or someone needed something, or like there was something with work? I find that time, early morning, is just for me. And it's just for me. And it's that time that I can do what I want and go and do my workout, and no one is asking anything of me. No one wants a piece of me. No one's stopping me from going. I can just get up, I can go, and I can do my workout and come home. And like I said, if you're someone that can get into that, definitely recommend it, because like I said, it has literally been a life-changing thing for me. All right, that was a big one. Apologies for the longness of tip number 1, but I felt like it needed a lot of explaining. And like I said, it's that mindset struggle that we get stuck in that stops us from finding the solution. So definitely keep that one in mind when the kids are stopping me from going. Find a solution. It's not your perfect one, but just find a solution. All right, tip number 2, let go of waiting for motivation, because it ain't coming. I can tell you that. I can tell you that from someone who has now consistently exercised for a few years. Motivation is not coming. If you're waiting for it, you're going to be waiting for the rest of your life. It is not coming. You do not need to feel like doing something in order to do it. Okay. You don't feel like making breakfast. You just do it. Okay. You don't feel like making dinner for your family, but you just do it. You don't feel like putting your shoes on in the morning, but you just do it. Exercise is the same, and you need to adopt the same mindset around exercise, is that you don't have to feel like doing it in order to do it. You just go and do it. Okay. You just go and do it, and you just go and get it done. So don't wait for motivation, because like I said, if you're sitting around and you're like, oh, I'll see how I feel. Or you think like it's like a Sunday and you're like, oh, I'll see how I feel on Monday morning as to whether I go and do my workout or my exercise or my walk. I'll wait and see how I feel. I'm telling you, you're not going to do anything ever, because you're not going to feel like it. The motivation's not coming. Okay. And here's the really weird thing. Like, it's so weird, but the motivation actually comes after you start doing the thing. Like, it's such a bizarre, I don't know how it works. I need some like psychologist or something to explain it to me, but the motivation that you want to exercise actually starts to come after you go on exercise. It doesn't come before, it actually comes afterwards, which is such a bizarre phenomenon, but unfortunately that's the way it works. So like I said, don't wait for motivation and don't wait to feel like it, because like I said, that'll be you still on the couch in 5 years' time and you haven't started your exercise routine. All right, tip number 3. Make sure that whatever you are trying to get back into, and like I said, all of these tips today can apply for however long you've had off exercise and for whatever exercise type that you're trying to do. Okay. It's not just for weight training. It's not just for running. It's for anything that you're trying to get back into. Make sure it's something that you actually enjoy doing. If you don't enjoy it, you're not going to stick to it. You're not going to do it. Okay. So if you were like, oh, well, I used to do runs, and now like I have issues with my knees and I hate running, and like it's dark and I just don't like running around the suburbs. I just don't enjoy it anymore. Don't do it. Find something else. So just remember to make sure that whatever you're thinking of going back into or getting back into, that it's actually something that you enjoy doing, because you're just wasting your time if you're going to go and get back into something that you absolutely hated in the first place. All right. Number 4, mix it up. Okay. You again, it's back to this mindset that we have as women that there's this perfect way of working out and exercising each week. There isn't. Obviously, weight training is a must, okay? Weight training and some walking, they're a given, okay? They should be in your week of workouts regardless, but you don't need to only do weight training. And I went down this rabbit hole on my own journey as well too. I was, but I need to be running, like, because that was the thing. I'm like, okay, I need to be running. And I'm like, I'm really not a runner. Like, I don't mind it every now and then on the treadmill doing some sprints, but I wouldn't say I enjoy running or that I am a runner. So that wasn't something that I could actually get into. And then I went through the phase of can only ever do weights training. I'm wasting my time doing any other type of workout because weight training is the way to go. That didn't work for me either because I was just really sore all the time. So don't think that you only have to do Pilates or only weight training. You can mix it up. Okay. And that's what I love now because I have that knowledge and experience. My week of workouts has a mix of things. It's got walking, it's got some weight training. There might be a swim in there. Like there's other things in there as well too that count as exercise. So don't disregard them because you don't think that they're perfect or the way that you should be doing it because there is no perfect. And you don't need to only be doing one type of exercise or one type of workout. So mix it up, find something that works for you, and then you won't get bored and you'll actually want to be consistent and create that flow and that ease. Okay. Number 5 is probably my biggest tip of them all. All right. Biggest tip. Out of all of these, this is going to be my biggest tip that I have for you to get back into your exercise routine and to make it actually stick this time. Just start. 2 words, just start. Decide today that you will do some exercise today, whether that's a walk, a swim. You're going to ride your bike with the kids, okay? You're going to go for a 20-minute run, okay? Do something. That's it. Just start. The thinking, the waiting, the procrastinating, asking yourself, do I feel like it? Do I really want to do that today? That is what is keeping you stuck, okay? If you're waiting and like, I'll start next week because I don't have such a busy schedule. Yeah, next week's going to be busy too. All the weeks are busy. It's not going to slow down. They're always going to be busy. So you just have to start. Just start and just do something. And again, it's about ditching that perfection mindset. It's anything that you do is perfect. It's perfect. Like I said, if you just listen to this and you go, right, this is me. I'm going to get off my butt. I'm going to do 20 minutes today of walking. Go and do it. If you do it, you do your 20 minutes, that's perfect. That is the perfect exercise for you to do today. So please just start. Stop the procrastinating because you'll just feel stuck and you'll get constantly up in your head. And the longer that you leave it, the harder it's going to get. So just start. Okay, tip number 6. And I have kind of touched on this one sort of throughout these tips and ideas for you today, but let go of waiting for that perfect workout, perfect time, perfect day. It doesn't exist. Okay. And that's what keeps us stuck because we're constantly waiting for this perfect time to do the thing and this perfect time to look after ourselves and this perfect time to work out, this perfect time to exercise, this perfect time to lose weight. We just wait. We spend so much of our lives waiting for this perfect time. And the sooner that you can get your head around that, the sooner this stuff will start to feel easy for you. Perfect doesn't exist. So some of your workouts, and this is for me too, some of my workouts might be 20 minutes. Some could be 40 minutes. Some might be an hour. Some might be 10 minutes. They're all perfect. And do you know why they're perfect? Because I showed up and I did them. I showed up, I moved my body in some way and I did them. Okay? The one that you do and the one that you show up for is always going to be the perfect one. And that's the thing, we get stuck in this like, but it's supposed to look like this. Jan, it's my workouts. They're supposed to look like this. And I'm supposed to burn this many calories. And I'm supposed to hit the gym this many times. And I'm supposed to do this many steps. And I'm meant to do this. No, you're not. Okay? The exercise and the workout that you can actually do, that you can make happen is the best one. It's the perfect one. So I feel like I have bombarded you today with lots of information, lots of tips and ideas on how you can start your exercise routine, but just start. Remember those 2 words, just start. Start today or tomorrow, depending on when you're listening to this podcast. Start today, start tomorrow, and do something. Do it repeatedly for a week. Then you'll notice that you can start to feel that ease, okay? And always remember too that our brains like easy. All right. If you make something hard for yourself by like I said, we talked about in the beginning about doing exercise in bursts. You do it for a bit and then you don't do it for ages. And you do it for a bit and then you don't do it for ages. Our brains don't like that, okay, because it feels hard. So the more you go, you get that consistency, you get that ease, you get that momentum, and you get that flow. And that's where things will feel easy for you. If you don't go, it don't feel easy. It's that simple. Okay. So our brains like easy things. So the more you do it, the more easy it feels for you to do the thing. So just really keep that in mind, because it'll be that mind game where you're like, do I want to go today? Do I feel like it? And you go, well, hang on a sec. I remember what Jen said. I'm listening to the podcast and she said, the more I go, that's where it will start to become easy and it will start to feel easy for me to do. And that will push you to get yourself to that workout or doing that thing. I've got women inside the Healthy Eating Hypercal membership that haven't exercised for years or that have been like overweight, that they can't use like equipment like treadmills and things like that. And they're all losing weight, they're working out, they're exercising regularly and just making it happen. But like I said, it's your mindset and your like need for perfection that you really have to conquer in order to start making exercise happen on a regular basis. If you are ready to work together, don't forget you can jump inside and join the Healthy Eating Hype Gal membership within 7 days. I will show you exactly where you have been going wrong and help you create a calorie deficit for your weight loss success. And then after that, I will give you all of the meal plans, the mindset tools, like all of the help that you need so that you can finally stop quitting on yourself and that you can actually get to that end goal that you want. So if you are ready to jump in and work with me and join our incredible community, you can head to my website, theactivebot.com, and I cannot wait to see you inside and to help you on your own journey to ease, to freedom, and to weight loss, because it is the best feeling ever. And once you get there, I promise you, you will not want to go back. Thank you so much for listening to today's podcast episode, and I will catch you all in our next one. Thank you so much for tuning in to another empowering episode of the Healthy Her podcast. If you enjoyed today's chat and found it helpful, hitting that follow or subscribe button would be amazing because your support means the world to me. Come connect with me on Instagram @theactivebod for your daily dose of inspiration and for loads of new easy meal ideas. Take care and keep thriving. See you next week.